Empire Global, what's going on? It is your boy Darren Walker coming to you live. Listen guys, I wanted to shoot this video. I've been meaning to do it for a while, and I wanted to shoot this video and get it out to people to let them know a couple of things that I've learned, especially in my last 2.5 years doing World Ventures, but in the last around 90 days as I've been inviting people after being in for a while. And even if you're brand new, I bet you that this could add some value to your life. But I've been coming up with some techniques that have been helping me, really get some people in front of our amazing information and getting people to get their guard down, getting people to take an open-minded look at what we're doing in World Ventures and taking a look at the presentation or the push play, whatever it is you're doing, and having some really, really great results. Even before I get started, in September, I was able to get in front of, I made a bunch of phone calls with this invite I'm about to teach you. I was able to get in front of about 67 people. Out of those 67 people, I was literally able to put in about 28 of those people to 30 of those people, literally just based off of this invite, because I believe that when you close someone into World Ventures and give them an opportunity to change their lives, you've got to invite them. You've got to approach them a great way. So let me just get right into this thing, right? I've been studying people. That's what I've been doing. I've been finding out what makes people tick, what freaks them out, what pushes them away. And really, what I've seen is a lot of, especially new people and people that have been even for a while, what they're doing is they're just going for the sale. They want to, hey man, what are you doing? I got to show you this thing. Like, whoa, pump the brakes. You sound salesy. You're coming at people all, you're a lion and they're zebra. So what do? They run. Well, I want to be a lion in zebra wear, and what happens? I go around other zebras and they bring other zebras to me, and now we're having a great old time, aren't we? Right? So this is exactly what I do. When I call somebody up, whether I haven't talked to them in a long while or I just met them recently, what I do is I first compliment them. I literally, and none of this stuff is like, fluff. None of this stuff is like fabricated stuff. I literally, when I call someone, I think of something that they've done to influence my life. Literally, I put everyone down on the list. I dump my phone, I go to Facebook, but when I'm contacting someone, I try to find greatness out of everyone I contact. So let's say that I'm calling my friend Byron, and I'm gonna call Byron up, and I haven't talked to Byron in 12 years. Literally. I haven't talked to him in 12 years. I don't even have his number. I get his number off of Facebook, and I call Byron, and the first thing I say is, I'm like, hey, Byron, what's going on? It's Darren. And he's like, hey, Darren, how you doing, man? It's been a while. I know it's been such a long time. How are you? How's the family? I take about 10 seconds to just briefly catch up, and he says, everything's good. And I just say, just like this, hey, Brian, listen, I know it's been a while, but your name just crossed my mind. You remember when we played high school football together, man? Yeah, cool. And you remember when, I don't know if you even remember this, but we were in the locker room, and a couple guys, they're talking a little bit of smack, and I was kind of down and out, and you walked over and you just told those guys, hey, cut it off, leave them alone. You remember that? You don't even remember? Well, listen, I do. And even though that was 12 years ago, that just crossed my mind, and you didn't even know, but I was having kind of a rough day that day as well, and you telling those guys to stop, it just lifted my spirit, and I actually had a great rest of the day and a couple weeks because of that, man. And of course, what is he going to say? He's going to say, wow, that is awesome. Thank you, right? Because think about it. How many of you watching this video had a sincere compliment from somebody else, whether 12 years ago or today, just in general? Probably none of us. Why? Because we usually don't compliment each other as human beings. So that's what I do. First I compliment the person, and it's a real one. It's not like some makeup thing. I find something great. And if you can't find at least one great thing about someone that you're calling, then I'm not sure. That's not good, but I'm sure you can. The second thing I do is I move right on. And here's a big thing that I do. I ask a dream question, a vision question. I say, Byron, let me ask you something that someone asked me 2.5 years ago. You remember about 5 or 10 years ago when we were younger, or when you were younger, and you would have talks about the goals and dreams that you wanted to be at, where you wanted to be in your life 5 or 10 years later? You remember when you would have a conversation with people about your goals and dreams, about where you'd want to be today? Yeah? Well, me too. In the last 7 days of your life, whatever you've been doing, have you been living the dream life that you thought you would have been living 5 or 10 years ago? No. Well, listen, brother, me neither. And That's exactly what I said to my friend when he called me. I just said, hey, no, I'm not. And then I just moved to the next step and I just say, hey, I don't know if you've seen or heard on Facebook, but in the last 2.5 years, and if for you it's month or 6 months, whatever it is, in the last 24 hours, I've been working on a project that has literally been exploding virally all over the world. And I'm reaching out to you because I thought of that thing that you did for me yesterday, 12 years ago, whatever, and it just made your name cross my mind. So I want to ask you something. Are you the type of person that keeps an open mind and open heart to great ideas and opportunities? Yeah? Awesome. Well, I've got my calendar open. And if I've got a travel party going, I say, hey, bro, what are you doing Thursday at 6? Are you free Thursday at 6? No? Okay, cool. When in the next 24 to 48 hours can you and I go grab coffee or something? My calendar's open. When works best for you? Tomorrow at 12? Awesome. Tomorrow at 12? Hold on. Even though my calendar is completely open, I'm like, hold on a second. Let me see if that works. Yeah, that's good. Tomorrow at 12 is perfect. Let's meet at the California Pizza Kitchen on Central Avenue in White Plains. Is that good? Okay, perfect. Can you do me a favor? You're going in my calendar right now. Can you do me a favor and make sure that you put me in yours? Awesome. Okay, cool. And then listen, literally what I do, I've got my list and I do this invite. I skip no names one after another. Now, how I approach this thing is I'm literally not looking to sign somebody up on this call. I'm not looking to even show someone right now. I'm taking an hour, 2, 3 hours out of my day and I'm making call after call after call. And this is the goal in my mind, to passionately invite someone to take a look, whether it's a travel party, 2-on-1, whether it's over FaceTime, whether it's over Google Hangouts, whatever. I just have to show the information to people as fast as I can. And my goal is when I wake up every morning, after I do my reading, after I do my audio, and I turn the page to the next day, my calendar is always filled with an appointment that I set the day before, the week before, and I'm just booking up my calendar. So let me just go through this invite really quick. Hey, Sarah, it's been a long time. How are you?
I'm great.
Awesome. Well, listen, I know I haven't talked to you in a long time, but this is just what it is. Do you remember 6.5, 7 years ago when I first met you in Australia?
Yeah, I remember.
Well, listen, I don't even know if you know this, but when I left from home, from New York and traveled all the way to Australia, you were literally the first person that I met, and you were just so welcoming to me. Even though it was 6 or 7 years ago, it made me feel so at home. That stay was amazing because of the way that you approached me. Your name just crossed my mind. I just had to say thank you.
Oh, thanks. That's so nice.
No problem. Guard down. Then I say, listen, I want to ask you a question that a friend asked me 2.5 years ago. Remember 5 or 10 years ago when you used to have goals and dreams of where you thought you would be today as you're standing? Remember that?
Yeah, I remember.
In the last 7 days, are you living the dream life right now that you thought you would have been living maybe those 5 or 10 years ago?
No.
Listen, when my friend asked me that 2.5 years ago, the answer was no for me. So I feel you. Really quick, guys, I just want to say, if someone says, yes, I'm actually living my dream life, or my life is actually better than I ever thought, I'd say, awesome, I'm so happy for you. But you always want more, right? Of course they're going to always want more. Successful people want more, even if they're really successful. So moving right along, I'm going as if, because a lot of these people are all saying, no, they're not living their dream life. I mean, are you right now living your dream life in your business? No, me neither. So when they say that, I move right on. I say, awesome, I feel you. I said the same thing. And I don't know if you've seen or heard, but in the last 2.5 years, I've been working on a project that has been virally spreading all over the world. And because of what I remembered, what you did for me, I just had to ask you and bring this up. Are you the type of person that keeps an open mind and open heart to great ideas and opportunities, Sarah?
Of course.
I mean, I knew that you would. So listen, I need to show you exactly what I'm working on. I've got my calendar open. Are you free today at 6 p.m. by chance?
No, 6 p.m. doesn't work.
Okay, cool. When in the next 24 to 48 hours to even 7 days can you and I get together for coffee, lunch, dinner, or beer, whatever? You tell me. What works best for you?
I'm free tomorrow around 4 o'clock.
Tomorrow at 4? Hold on a second. Let me see if I'm free. No one's there. Oh, 4 o'clock works great. How about we meet at that? Matter of fact, I haven't seen you in so long and I know you're in town. Why don't you come over?
Okay.
That's cool?
Sure.
Okay, I'm putting you in my calendar. Can I count on you being there?
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, Sarah, so I'll see you tomorrow at 4, all right?
Yeah.
Okay, guys, so check this out. I left an event called Go IMD in Breckenridge, Colorado this past August. And that's why I never miss events like the Momentum event coming up in 2015. And I left this event and I got so inspired by what our leaders, the IMDs, were saying that I made a decision to do something huge. So I got home, I dumped my entire phone on a book again, and I literally made 567 phone calls in a 14-day period. I never skipped a name, and what happened is because I moved so fast and because I've stole so many different ideas from so many leaders and learned people, I've come up with this invite that works perfectly for me. If it doesn't work for you, that's great. But what I did is I said the same thing over and over. I found a compliment for everyone. I asked them the dream life question. Like 89 to 90% of them said no. And I just said, are you available? You know, I just said everything I just taught you in the video before, and literally in that amount of time, out of those 567 phone calls, I set 67 appointments. 64 people actually met up with me. And in that time period, I put in 23 people personally. I'm telling you guys, in a month, in 14 days, this thing is rock solid. I hope this helped you out. God bless. If you got any comments, put them in there. And if this works, share it. See you guys soon.